back to part 4 of making this iconic Chappell Roan outfit. Today we are still working on the bottoms. In part 3, I pretty much completely finished the under shell of the bottoms, and now I'm adding all the beautiful fancy fabric on top. In general, this outfit's a little bit tricky because of all the pointy pieces and just trying to get the pointy pieces pointy enough. So while I'm adding this edging, I'm really just being careful to make sure I exaggerate the pointy part, and then as you can see, it comes out pretty well. But that has definitely been my biggest struggle for this whole project, is making sure everything's pointy enough. And I gotta say, the more and more the pieces are coming together, the more I'm really getting dragon vibes, you know? But back to sewing, I'm kind of just attaching this how you would attach a bias tape and kind of like stitching in the ditch. I don't know if I did it perfectly, but it looks pretty good to me. So, and before I get bored of doing that kind of stuff, it's time to go back to quilting. So I'm just drawing my lines where I want to do it, and then I am adding all the quilting lines, and I am running out of a lot of thread doing this. Then back to the little bias tape edge thingy, then adding other pieces, and it seems like I'm going in an insane order, but there's actually a very specific order that I have to do everything in so that all the details look correct. I'm just doing the mental math for it. And these weird little McDonald's arches things are for the hip pieces, and I kind of just made a pattern by hand to do this, following what hers looks like, and then I attach those. And I am getting so close to running out of this purple and sparkly black fabric, so cross your fingers for me there. But then speaking of fabric, I went back to the fabric store to get some other stuff for the hip pieces because I realized mine were just incorrect. So I got this fabric, and then I also got this kind of lacy one, and I decided to go with the lacy one because it seemed the most similar, and I just pinned the shit out of it, and now I am just attaching it. Sidebar, but this has been the hardest project to film because why does it look so freaking weird laying flat like this? Like it looks like a butterfly chicken thigh. Okay, but something else we need to notice about Chappell's is it's sparkly. See how it sparkles? So that means I need some sort of sparkly doodad, and I wasn't gonna pay for fabric that already had sparkly doodads because it's like $60 a yard, and I cannot physically do that. Like it's impossible.
That is the best I can do.
So I'm literally hand stitching on sequins right now, and that's gonna take me a long time, so I'm doing my best to get these parts out, but make sure you're following for part 5.